Good morning, everybody. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. We welcome you ringside for a much-anticipated bout. Let's set the table for you and get ready to dish up this big night of action. Miguel Cotto's making his way to the ring now, and he looks very focused for this fight. He's got his eye on the prize. Look at that focus and determination during his ring walk.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Miguel. His opponents in the blue corner, please welcome Hands of Stone.
All right, gentlemen, one thing, protect yourself at all times, okay? Let's touch him up.
This is a 12-rounder. Here's round number one. Well, one fighter here, as we've seen time and time again, he just doesn't have the physicality. He doesn't have the overall strength against his opponent. But what does he have?
Well, he has the greatest muscle that the human body has, the brain muscle. Use it. Be smart. Give angles. Get out. Keep your opponent off balance. If he's bigger and stronger, he needs a certain kind of set position to use that. Do not give that to him.
Oh, and you can see now he's starting to target that jab with more and more confidence. Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. Very clever move there. A little defense turns to offense. The counterpunch by Hands of Stone. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Miguel Cotto's now got to deal with swelling. Miguel Cotto's eye, to me, is getting worse as things continue on here. Teddy, he's got to be very conscious of that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and his corner has to be, too. They got to be thinking about, if it gets to a point where he can't defend himself, they have to do something. Obviously, they didn't come here thinking they were going to have to stop this fight.
Teddy, we know that the body work's going to be there from Cotto, but what else should we be looking for from him?
Well, you should also be looking for sometimes a little adjustment. Cotto, when he has the box, when he has to change it up, he can do that.
Miguel Cotto comes from a boxing family. His uncle, a trainer, his father, his brother, boxers. I mean, boxing is in his blood, Teddy.
And a real good amateur background. This is a guy that, in his mind, he was born to do this.
And now another left. It is a seesaw battle early on here. Amazing stuff out of these two. Oh boy, that's tough to take. Nice, precise work, doubling it up by Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto's legs look shaky. He was hurt.
Come on, guys, keep apart. Punch it out. Come on, punch it out.
End of the round here, and as I glance around ringside and look at the judges, I'm wondering what they're writing down, because that was a tough round to score.
Yeah, it was, and you know, it's the kind of round where one guy would be really smart to take a page out of the book of Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, where Leonard stole rounds at the end, where he just clipped off 30 seconds, and that's exactly what the judges remembered.
And watch you take those shots. You understand? They'll see more defense, more punch.
Flash is the mass. See, I go ahead and run
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
Some fine fundamentals, good counterpunch.
Nice mousetrap there. He let him in beautifully. He didn't use cheese. He used distance.
And Teddy, you can start to see that eye starting to swell up.
And right now what he has to do is go into a defensive mode so it doesn't get hit anymore, doesn't get swollen anymore.
And there he counters back against his opponent. A lot of things that Miguel Cotto does very well. One of them, he's a good body puncher.
Oh, yes, he is. And that fits in perfectly because he likes to go rounds. He's got a lot of endurance. He's patient. He will attack you in a real steady, patient sort of way. And that body work serves him.
Halfway through round number 2. He has to be better defensively, Teddy. You can see the damage that his eye has taken. The swelling's getting really bad. How does he do that? How does he shore up that defense?
Well, first of all, he's got to stop moving that head. He's standing too straight up. If he gets a little head movement, a lot of those punches that are landed, they'll start going over the shoulder.
A headshot blocked. Nice, precise work, doubling it up by Miguel Cotto. Cotto showing some defense with the blocks. Very nice job, Wayne. Wow! Miguel Cotto's stunned, and he is hurt. That's just like a little love shove right there. Just a little love shove to give yourself some room. Cotto's making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. So the round comes to its conclusion, and it's a round in which our man here, as he heads back, was really tagged pretty solid. So if you're the trainer in the corner, what's your approach?
Well, you know, that's a great question. My approach is that I have to remind him that he's on common ground. He's probably going to think he's in a place where he's never been before, but I'm going to remind him, hey, remember you got hurt in the gym? And then give him something to correct the problem. You know, tell him some technical things that he needs to hear.
Anticipated punches. Get the compress on, get the compress on, let's work on this one.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last... Oh, that uppercut got him badly.
Hey, no holding, no holding.
Miguel Cotto blocks that punch. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand.
Keep moving, move, keep moving around the ring.
Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Hands of Stone. Cotto, obviously a Puerto Rican native, but he has made Madison Square Garden in New York his home away from home.
Yes, a lot of Latino fans, a lot of Puerto Rican fans in that area, and they have embraced him.
Very nice defensive guard there. Halfway through this round here. Good block by Hands of Stone. Now his opponent got away from that uppercut. Miguel Cotto is a pro, but he's not a well-rounded pro because a better level of fighter would be committing to the body more here, wouldn't he, Teddy?
Yeah, well, first of all, he would recognize that that's where he's supposed to be going now that his opponent, is taken off a little bit with those fast shoes. No better way to take those shoes off his feet than to go downstairs.
10 seconds remaining in this round. Blocks that punch. 2007, a banner year for Miguel Cotto. Both fights happening at Madison Square Garden, where he TKO'd Zab Judah in a thriller and then won a unanimous decision against one of the all-time greats, Sugar Shane Mosley.
Yeah, Cotto really coming into his own and fighting in an environment in Madison Square Garden that really fits him perfectly.
Don't worry about it. Get in your rhythm, okay? I want to see more jabs.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. Back and forth they go, each man getting the best of it. Blocks it away. A little defense turns to offense by Hands of Stone. Hands of Stone is putting together punch stats tonight that fall right in line with what his strategy is. Outside fighter, throwing lots of jabs, landing lots of jabs.
Well, what it is the jab is the table setter, and the jab tonight has set up the table where he's been able to eat whenever he's wanted.
Let's see some more head moves. Let's see some more head moves. Get out of the way.
Halfway through round number 4. Nice job to land that counter punch and getting away from one of his own by Hands of Stone. Well, let's talk about the difference between Miguel Cotto, the version that we saw at 140 pounds, and the version that we saw in recent fights at 147 pounds. Because at 140 pounds, he actually started to have some troubles with his chin, and then seemed a little sturdier at 147.
Yeah, it's funny to say that because maybe he was killing himself, weakening himself a little bit to make 140. So even though he stepped up, he was feeling a little stronger. And don't forget, the smaller guy's a little faster. Maybe they were able to find his chin a little more often.
Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. a well-placed counter by Hands of Stone. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down, blue or red corner, what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
That fight is not pro mode. Don't fight is fight. You just focus on the fight. We'll take care of this brother. Get on that. Get on that.
Round number 5 has arrived. It is unbelievable how this fight is being fought. Both guys unwilling to stop. One guy goes at it, the other guy meets him punch for punch.
Well, you've heard it before. You've heard the term used, one day at a time to deal with something very difficult. Well, this is one round at a time. That is the only way these fighters, these warriors, could deal with this kind of pace.
He missed with that headshot. Well-targeted counterpunch by Hands of Stone. The jab has been able to carry the night for him so far. Why so, Teddy?
Well, first of all, he's been able to get it off at the right time. His opponent, that sweet spot. You know, you hear about that in baseball. You want to just hit that ball in the sweet spot. Well, the jab, he's catching his opponent just as he's starting to get into his range before he can get off.
Committing upstairs now. He goes there again. Well-placed counterpunch by Hands of Stone. He's showing very good footwork. He's showing fine defensive movement here. But as for the opponent, how do you solve that?
Well, you got to make believe you're a football player. You got to make believe you're a linebacker in football. You go down the line with that running back. You don't go following him around the place. You make sure you move laterally. That's exactly what he's got to do. He's got to cut that ring down, take space away.
Well, he's throwing it, but just missed. Isn't landing it. Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. Final 10 seconds of this 5th round. His cheek has been split wide open. This has been a hotly contested war throughout, and you just have a sense that it's going to end at any moment in these later rounds.
Yeah, these guys are not saving anything. They're going for broke right from the beginning.
Another round underway, but how many more will we see? You get the sense this fight could be heading towards a stoppage. Well, his opponent is opening up and coming forward, so I would think there are some opportunities that exist.
Yeah, I think some counterpunching opportunities. Opportunities not on the front end, but on the back end.
to the combination punching now, and it's working out well up top. A good block.
Come on, side to side.
Protecting his head well with his guard. What do you think the right time is to stop a fight under circumstances like this? I mean, the swelling around the eye is getting really bad.
Well, part of it is he getting caught with punches clean that he wouldn't be getting caught with if the eye wasn't in that condition. That's where you start right there. Has his defense been impaired that much to that degree?
Well, he's throwing it, but just missed. Isn't landing it.
Jump in the head, kid.
Good scoring counterpunch by Hands of Stone. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, when special offensive happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is.
Back to the body.
So the round comes to an end. Joe and Teddy here ringside, and we've been enjoying sitting ringside because, Teddy, I know you have some of your fine guests from the Dr. Theodore Atlas Charitable Foundation with us here tonight.
And they're having a great night, and it's great to have them here. The thing that I want to say is thank you to all the people that help us help many. They trust us. They allow us to be the middleman to give out the resources where they're needed. Thank you for mentioning Joe, and thank you to all the people that help us do what we do.
Okay. We'll take care of the swelling. Just focus on the fight and we'll...
Well, the ability to adapt, so important. Who can make the changes now as we're halfway through this scheduled 12-rounder? Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Hands of Stone. Cotto able to get away from that punch, able to block it there. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Good block by Hands of Stone. fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. And now he's acting like a fighter. Coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. But gives one. Good work by Miguel Cotto. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Hands of Stone.
Fight your style. You're not going to win that way. Don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing. Just focus on the fight. We'll take care of the swelling.
As another round gets underway, it gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been. Good block there by Hands of Stone. Miguel Cotto's eye is nearly swollen shut here, Teddy. This thing gets much worse. He's not going to be able to defend himself properly.
No, it is up to his opponent in his opponent's corner to throw the punches that can take advantage of that. The right hands.
We could see a stoppage here. Good block there by Hands of Stone. Cotto's coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Good block there by Hands of Stone. Some fine fundamentals. Good counterpunch.
Nice mousetrap there. He let him in beautifully. He didn't use cheese. He used distance.
Crafty counterpunch after a fine defensive effort by Hands of Stone. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto, a good block. Parries that punch intended for the head. On the mark, the counter punch by Hands of Stone. So they close out that round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, I know you watch very closely how these trainers go about their business. You were under the tutelage of one of the true legends of the game, the great Customato.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate. Quite honestly, those opportunities, situations probably don't exist anymore because we've lost a lot of those, you know, really great trainers and managers that boxing was their whole life. I spent 7 years with Customato, and they learned the nuts and bolts from a physical, technical point of view of what's important to give to a fighter, but the psychological part. To understand the pressures that a fighter is under, the fears that a fighter deals with. And if you don't understand that, all the other things don't mean anything, because you have to understand how a fighter's feeling to understand why he's behaving or not behaving a certain way.
Wasn't able to land.
Keep your distance.
Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Well done that time, landing the counter punch. We got an interesting fight here. It looks like one man is seemingly in control, but the other is still live, is still game, is still capable. May need to hit that jackpot, though.
Well, he probably does need that knockout. So right now he has to adjust his game plan, his thinking a little bit. He's got to look for a spot to land one big shot. Maybe when he's pulling out.
In the opening 2 minutes, a minute to go in this round. Very nice defensive guard there. He is hurt and damaged, but he's doing a real nice job of just staying away from the danger.
And now he's got to find a little bit of a way to create offense without getting into that danger zone again.
Well, obviously, what his opponent has done here is the reason that cut is in the shape that it's in. So if you're him, just keep doing what you're doing?
Yes and no, Joe. Of course, it's easy to say, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. But what if there's a little change? Your opponent's cut now. He's going to move his head, you figure, a little bit to survive in there. Now you shouldn't go head hunting, even though that cut's there. Now you have to adjust to what's in front of you. Go downstairs to the body a little bit, then go back up to that head. Don't let that red flag, so to speak, get you to go crazy and forget the body.
As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Okay. Relax. Relax. Take a deep breath. I need you to focus. Anticipate the punches.
Another round, will it go in another one-way direction? It's been a one-sided fight so far tonight. Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him. Wow, great action right from the start. Hey, I don't know that they can keep up this pace, but if they do, what a night we got ahead of us.
Yeah, we're getting tired just watching this early part.
There's the headshot, but he parries it away. This is great stuff. I mean, Great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
Joe, you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Good, strong uppercut. He comes right back with it after taking one. Miguel Cotto's got a cut,
right,
and that's a TKO win right there. The ref has seen enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of TKO, your winner, Hands of Stone.
Hands of Stones, your winner by TKO.
And a guy that I want to see more of.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night.
Shall remain anonymous, caught up in the bonnet. Get that type of media coverage Obama get. Spit that Kurt Vonnegut. That blow your brain, Kurt Cobain, that Nirvana. Who gon' bring the game back? Who gon' spit that rainbow on the train tracks? That gold rope, that five-finger ring rap. Running with my same pack. You can find the Christ where the lepers and the lames at. Life is like a dice game. One roll can land you in jail or cutting cake, blowing kisses in the rice rain. Nice whip, nice chain, the closet is closed. The stench is like slave blood in Providence Hall. Yeah, they built my city on top of a grave. You watch the parade back in the early 90s. Where they at, where they at? Get the gap was a popular phrase. Bally animals and rugbies was a popular craze. This the vivid memoirs of an obnoxious slave. I paved ways like Nat and Harriet. I'll blast on Judas Iscariot and peel off in the chariot. I'm sitting pretty, spitting flames, gripping grains. Ain't a thing changed.
How did you do it?
My young lad, you ask a dog.